A lot of you, and I mean a lot of you, have been asking in the comments, where did you get that rig? How does your camera move like that? Why does it look like Unreal Engine and not Roblox Studio? And you're the bestest builder in the world and you're incredible and you're just around. Okay. Well, in order to get my Roblox Studio to look like this, with like a non-Roblox character and my camera moving really smoothly and different, is because, I stole it all. I didn't actually just make anything of this at all. And you're probably wondering, why did you steal it? Why did you just make it by yourself? Well, the problem is, I don't know how to make it by myself. I don't know how to code. I don't know how anything works with coding. But also, to be fair, I didn't actually like steal it. I didn't really make it either though. Anyways, basically I compiled a bunch of different scripts and then tweaked them a bit. And I mean like compiled them from the toolbox or outside of Roblox and then tweaked it a little bit and then got this, you know? So I don't really know how to make a tutorial out of this because it's not, I didn't really make them, so I don't know how to teach you what I didn't even make. But I will be showing you how I got them, and then maybe you can follow along and then get it yourself. So that's what I'll be doing for this video. First, we gotta change our character so it doesn't look like a Roblox character. Now, unable to do that, we're gonna go to this website called Mixamo and get our character from there. So I got my the character you saw in the beginning from this website. I don't know why it's so laggy, but I think it's called the Y-Buy is the one I use specifically. Yeah, this one. And then I didn't apply the texture of it, so it was just all white. So yeah, I used this one. Now, in order to get this, you just want to download over here. And in order to download, you have to sign in. So click up sign up and sign up for an account before downloading. All right, now that I logged into my Mixamo account, I can start to download. Make sure it's FBX. Now that we downloaded it, we need the animations for it. Like for example, we needed it so it could run, jump, idle, fall, any of those. So let's get our idle animation. So the animation that it will play on the character when it's just standing still. Oh, oops. Switch to animations over here. Now you can search idle. I don't know why this website is so laggy for me. But yeah, look up idle and just choose any. So you can do this one right here. Why is it so laggy? I don't know. So for example, there's this one. Or any other ones you can use, honestly. Just look around until you find the one that you want. So let's get this one. So just download it right here. And then you want to switch the skin to without skin because the character that we downloaded already has its skin, so we don't need that. So download it. Now that we have the idle animation, you're gonna also need the animation for every other movement. You want the run animation to be always in place. So yeah, you can use any kind of run animation. It can be like this one right here. It can be a running arc. This one doesn't have an in place option though, so it wouldn't really work. So I'm going to download this. Again, make sure it's without skin and then download. I'm just going to do one more and do jump. So we're going to go ahead and download this. All right, and that's enough animations. Again, there's more like walking and running and falling, but we're not going to get to that for this tutorial. All right, now going back to Roblox Studio, let's import our character that we downloaded from Mixamo. So just go to avatar up here, click on import 3D, and then open up again the download of your character. Okay, let it load. And then if you see here, there's two different meshes of our character. There's one right here and there's one right here. So like there's two separate parts to our character, which we don't want. We want it to be just one part of our character. So over here, I have two. In order to fix that, let's upload this into Blender. So we're not going to do a lot in Blender. It's just going to be like a really quick step of just combining our two meshes. So let's just delete everything from here and then go to File, Import, and then FBX, and then open up the character that you downloaded. All right, here's my character. This is what I mean by there's two different parts. So like there's this part of my character and then there's this part of my character. Yours might be multiple parts. Yours might just be one part and you can just skip this within Blender. But for me, I have two separate parts. We need to combine these two parts together. So just hold shift, click the two parts, and then just press Ctrl J, and that's it. Now it's combined. Now after you do this, your character might look weird because its texture is broken. And in order to fix that, you have to bake its texture, which basically means merging all the textures into one so it works within your one mesh or your one part. So I'm not gonna go over it, but basically if your character looks weird, just look up a tutorial within Blender of how to bake a texture. So baking a texture is what you have to do. But for me, I'm not going to be doing the texture, so I'm just going to skip that part because again, it's too complicated. Now that we have this, all we do is just save this again. So File, Export, FBX, and then save it over the previous download of your character. All right, now going back to Roblox Studio, let's upload it again, but with the download from Blender instead. So avatar, import 3D, and then now I'm uploading the one or importing the one from Blender. So you can see now it's just one, and now I can just import this. We have to size it down. So like let's use like a Roblox character as reference to know how to scale it down, or to know how much to scale it down. Okay, so let's bring it down here. Size it just about the same size as a Roblox character, so something like that is fine. So you can delete that because you're just using it as a reference. Now that we have our character, you can open it up and then delete initial poses and animation controller. We're not going to be using that. So now what we're going to be doing is, in order to make your character playable, we're going to have to add a humanoid to it. So let's click the plus next to the character within its model, then click on humanoid, and then we're going to have to click the plus next to humanoid again and add a animation player within it. So now that we have that, we're going to have to add in a humanoid root part. So in order to do that, it's basically just putting a part within the center of your torso. So let's do that. So let's click the plus next to the character or the model of the character, and then look up part and then select it. Now that we have the part, let's rename it. So right click and then rename, there it is, and rename it to humanoid root part. So exactly like this, and then enter. Now we're gonna have to move it and size it to the center of the torso. To make this easier, what we're gonna do is just select the character, the character's mesh over here, and then go to properties, and then you're gonna go to position. So underneath C frame, you want to go to position, and then just copy this, and then go to humanoid report, go to properties, and then underneath C frame, paste in position. There you go. Now this is exactly within the center of the character. All you gotta do is just size it and move it so it's at the torso of the character. So something like that is fine. Now all you gotta do is make this collision off. So just uncheck can collide. So turn that off, and then you want it to be invisible. We don't want to see it. So make the transparency 1. There you go. So there's our humanoid root part. Now click the plus next to humanoid root part, and we're gonna have to weld it to the character. So just look up weld, and there you go. Put a weld within the humanoid root part. Now click on the weld constraint and go to properties. Once you have properties, click next to part 0, and you want to select the humanoid root part. So it should say humanoid root part next to part 0. In part 1, you want to select your character. So my character's mesh is for some reason called alpha surface. It might be named something different for you. So there, now our humanoid root part and our actual character is welded together. You can see from here, part 0 is humanoid root part, and then part 1 is the name of your character or the character's mesh. All right, now we can add the animations within the character. So let's go to avatar and then animation editor, and then select the character. Now you can see that it is fully rigged already because Mixamo already gives it to us like that, which is great. Now you can make the animations, but we don't have to. Remember, we already download animations from Mixamo already. So let's import them. So click the 3 dots over here and then import, and then do from FBX animation, and then open up any of the walk, run, jump animations that we got from Mixamo. And we're gonna name this whatever. Let's do the idle animation first. So idle, and then I open it up and you can play it. You can see the idle animation that we got from Mixamo is working. Now we can click the 3 dots here, change its animation priority to idle because this is an idle animation, and then we can save it. We don't have to publish to Roblox yet. Let's just save it. So save it as the idle animation. When you go to server storage and then open this up, you should see that the idle animation is right here. So let's again import from FBX animation, and let's open up the walk animation that we downloaded. So let's change its animation priority to movement because it's running. Then we can save it again, save as new, and let's save it as run. Or honestly, this can work as a walk as well, but I'm just gonna name it as run. There you go. There's the 3 animations that I got. Now we can't just use these animations directly on our character, and that's because the animations that we downloaded weren't directly used on our character itself. And what I mean by that is basically the animations, like the run animations, the walk animations that we downloaded, weren't specifically made for our character. It was downloaded separately, right? So in order to fix that, we're gonna have to use a plugin. We're gonna be using the animation resizer plugin. So just open it up, and basically the size of the animation and to our character aren't the same. So in order to fix that, once we have the animation resizer plugin open up, which is this thing right here, select the character, then go to properties, and then you'll see its scale. We see our scale is this number. We want to copy this number, and then once copied, paste it right over here at the bottom. And then we're gonna have to go to Explorer, or actually after you pasted it, click this arrow next to scale. Now it's 1. Now let's select each of our animations. So starting with the idle animation, select it. And again, this is within server storage, and then open this model up within Explorer. So click on idle and then click apply scale. Do the same with the other animations. So click jump, apply scale, run, apply scale. So these ones that have like 0 point or whatever your number was over here is the fixed animation or the resized animation, which is going to be the animations that we will be using. So since these are the actual fixed animations, we're going to publish these. So let's go over here, and then you can even see that it fixed itself. So where's my character? There it is. It's up here. This is just the normal jump animation. But if I open up the fixed jump animation, which is the one that has like the numbers right here, you can see he's normally over here. Again, the broken version, which was this one, he's up in the air, or he jumps really weird like that. So yeah, this fixes it. So we're gonna publish the fixed ones, and again, the fixed ones are the ones that have numbers after it. So let's publish this fixed jump animation, published Roblox. You can name it whatever, jump, and then save. And then you want to click this copy button right here to copy the ID. And what I'm gonna do so I can like remember these animations IDs really easily is just put them within a notepad, or just put them wherever. So I know the jump animation ID is this one. Let's do the rest for the other ones. So let's load and then open up the other ones. So the run animation, we're gonna publish this. So this is my run animation, save, copy its ID, put it in somewhere. So this is my run, close it, and then I'm gonna do it for my other animation. Again, copy it, and then paste its ID to somewhere where I can just easily see and look back to it. There you go. It's in there. I have my jump and run and idle animation. Now we need to get a script to play the animations within the character. In order to do that, what we can do is just use the script that Roblox uses. So let's just play and test the game. It's not going to be the character yet. Just hold on. So let's open up workspace. Now you should see your name within the Explorer. Open that up and then find animation or animate, which is right here. Copy it, and then we can stop the test. And now that we're here, we can paste that animate that we copied from our own character into the character that we're making here. So there, now I have animate within it. Actually, no, we want it, where do we want it again? We want it within starter character scripts. So all we have to do is, if you go back to where we put our IDs for each of them, we're gonna have to copy each of them and put them within their respective animation. So over here, there's idle. We're gonna copy its ID, and then I see idle right here. Open it, select one of the animations, go to properties, and then paste it within animation ID. I'm going to do it for both because I only did one idle animation. If you want to do another one, you can put it within the other one right here. So again, let's go back to over here, and I had jump. Let's copy its ID and then find jump over here. There it is right here. So just open this up, click on it, go to properties, paste its ID. Now we do it again with the other one, which was run. I'm going to put the run animation as the run animation there. And if you want a walk animation, make your character speed very, very slow. So there you go, put my run animation in. Now that I've done that, let's rename our character within its model as exactly starter character. That's not how you spell character. Starter character. There you go, exactly like that. Now that we've done that, let's just drag this within starter player. So you don't put it within starter player scripts or starter character scripts, you put it within starter player. Now all you have to do is test the game. Now it may not be working, we just have to do one last step. Open up workspace, open up your character or your name, and then select humanoid, and then go to properties. And then if he's, as you can see, walking around, this does not look right. So in order to fix that, keep increasing hip height until it's working normally. So I put out 1, still not working, 2, not working, 3, there you go. For me, 3 works. Make sure you don't go over. So like if I went over, I would be floating. So I'm going to increase this down for 3. 3 seems good. So I want my hip height to be 3. Remember that. So you want it 3. Click stop. And then open up the starter character, select humanoid, go to properties, and then again change the hip height to 3 because it doesn't save. So just rewrite it as 3. So now when you test the game, it should work normally. There you go. I didn't put in a fall animation, so there's no fall animation. So yeah, this is what we have so far. Now that we finally have our character, let's do the camera now. Like I said at the start of the video, what I basically did for the camera is just compile a bunch of different scripts and then tweak them a bit because I can't code. So for example, let's play the game for now. And like what I said to myself is, okay, what do I want the camera to be in order to look nice? And again, I look off like references from different games and see what looks different from there. For example, what I want to do is make it so the camera is like moved off to the side, and then I can move around my character. In order to do that, that's called camera offset. So I just searched that within the toolbox, and then let's just select the first one. And then anytime there's like anything to do with the character for scripts, I know that goes within either character scripts or player scripts. I'll just put it within the player scripts. Now I open the script, and this is what I mean by tweaking the scripts. I open it up, and then I just look at it and then understand it if I can. And then I realize, okay, over here is the position of the offset, or the position of where I want to move the camera. And I know this is in X, Y, and Z. And if I just like hover it a bit and then like let it load, and there you go, it says over here, these are X, Y, and Z numbers. So basically just reading this, I know Y is up and down, X is left and right, and then Z would be forward and back. So I don't want it to be like the position to be high up. I want it to be a bit to the side. So let's just make it so it's 300 within the camera offset. Now let's just test the game and see if it worked. And there you go. Now my camera is to the side like I wanted. See, we're slowly getting to that camera that I had at the start of the video. All right, now it seems very zoomed out. I want it to be like zoomed in. So let's do that. And that's called FOV. So let's go to Toolbox and look up FOV, which stands for field of vision. So over here, I hover it and you can see this has a bad rating, so I'm not going to use this one. This one doesn't even have a rating, which I'm gonna go for it because it's better than a bad rating. And this one says character scripts, so put that in, and then again open it and then adjust it. This one literally tells me like the script, what the script is. Just put it within start a character, and then this is the FOV. I want a small FOV, so 45 is what I usually like to do, or 50. And there you go. Now it's zoomed in. And I feel like it's moved to the side a bit too much, so I'm going to go back to my other camera offset and just adjust it or tweak it. It was when is the word I'm using, I guess. And there you go. See, look, it's pushed to the side, it's zoomed in. It looks really good. And the next thing I'll do is change the cursor or the mouse of the game. So let's just look up a dot cursor, so a white dot, and then this symbol means it's a GUI. So I'm going to put it within the starter GUI. And I can see that it's a big white circle, and I want it to be smaller than that. So again, I'm going to tweak it. I'm going to change it to how I want. Let's change the size. It's already 1010, so let's change it to 5 by 5. There you go, 5 by 5. There. Now that's actually a bit too small. I'm going to change that 8 by 8. Now play the game, and there you go. I have a white cursor. I have a character like this. My camera's to the side. It's zoomed in a bit. Now it looks like a really cool game. I want the camera to be smooth, obviously, so let's just look up smooth camera. This is for first person, don't want that best smooth camera. Let's see if that works. Now if you open it, it says put this within the starter character scripts, within almost anywhere. So let's just put this within the character scripts. Another thing you can add is motion blur, which basically every time you move your camera, it blurs a little bit, which looks pretty cool. So again, open it, see if it tells you where to put it in, just read it. It doesn't tell me where to put it in, or I just can't see it, so I'm just gonna put it within starter player scripts for now, see if it works. I don't know if it's working, so I'm gonna increase the amount of blur for now just to see if it's working. Let's see if it works. There you go, it is working. So let's lower it down a bit. I didn't really see it when it was at 10, so I'm gonna put it at 30 maybe. There you go, there's that subtle blur. And you can see my camera is smooth because of the smooth script. Lastly, what you can add is maybe change the sounds of the jump animation, the walk animation. So let's just do that. Go to the toolbox, footsteps, just change the footstep noises. There's realistic footsteps. Let's add that in. Open up the script to see where he wants you to put it in. Put this within starter pack. Okay, let's put it within the starter pack. And then play the game. And there you go. That's pretty much it. And different footstep noises. I just searched that within the toolbox. There you go. You got your character changed, and now you have a smooth camera. You can also add in black bars, so like the black thing at the top and bottom of the screen. So black bars, there you go. And that is it. Of course you would want like a good build with good lighting, but I have everything on default. But you have your character, you have your animations, you have the camera smooth and everything, and that's how you get it. That's how you get your game to look like Unreal Engine. And of course, again, on top of having a realistic build. If this video helped, please consider subscribing or at least leave a like. If you have any questions, tell me them in the comments and I'll try to respond. If I don't respond, find me in Discord. And that's it. Bye.